Brezza is finally out. The Brezza facelift, I guess, although there isn't really much of a facelift going on. I mean, the front bumper, the under portion changed a little bit, but other than that, a few red and black accents instead of the chrome, which is a nice touch. But yeah, exterior wise, doesn't really seem like much of an upgrade in terms of design. And when you look at the interior, that's really disappointing because I was expecting a Victor's like interior in this car because this is a combat SUV, this is a expensive car. But no, we don't get any of that. We get the display from the Victoris, the bigger display, and that's gonna be for the really high-end variant. I think the ZXi or the ZXi Plus. And we get the aircon switches and the volume control switches for the Victoris. And honestly, if you're not gonna change the rest of it, why bother changing that? At least bring us the steering wheel from the Victoris. I really like that steering wheel. It looked modern. And no, we don't get that. We get this old steering wheel, and that's disappointing. And we get a slight color change in the interior. That's about it. One of the panels on the dashboard gets a small change. That's it. So interior wise, exterior wise, not really much of an upgrade. Although you get some features like ventilated seats, but those are for the really high-end variants too. So yeah, otherwise in terms of design, not really much. But there is a big highlight, and that is the turbo petrol engine. And now the reviews are out, and seems like that's a great engine. I mean, on paper it has 110 horsepower, which is a bump up with 10 horsepower from the previous turbo petrol booster jet that was in the Bronx. And now with that horsepower, this car seems adequate. And the reviews are saying, yeah, it has its punch, it's got power, although it's still not exciting like before. And I'm guessing it's a more function over feeling type of engine. But the previous Brezza, it needed more power, and it's finally got it. And because it's a 3-cylinder, it's got a lower tax on it. It's a 18% tax over the 40% tax of the 1.5. So because of that, the base model of this car, the showroom price is 7.39 lakhs. So I'm guessing you can get it on road for 8.6 or something lakhs maybe. But at that price point, this is a big compact SUV. And the base model, it doesn't have the display or the steering control switches or alloy wheels, but the bare minimum stuff, I think it does have it. The power windows, the electrically adjustable door mirrors, not folding, but the adjustability. It has that stuff. And because of that, I feel like this base model, it's gonna do really well. Why? Because when you look at the competition, it's competing with the Venue, the Sonnet, the Kaiga, the Magnite, the Nexon. And when you look at all those cars, this seems like a better option because when you look at the Venue and the Sonnet, the base models, they are really underpowered. They both have 82 horsepower engines, and for a combat SUV, that's not enough. It's good if you're only planning on driving the city, but if you're only planning on driving the city, why even bother buying a combat SUV? So those cars are underpowered, and sure, they have the better interior quality. I mean, this interior still feels 2 generations behind now. But when you're looking at a combat SUV at a certain price, if one has more power and the other has less power but a better interior, but this car has the Maruti badging, I think the Brezza is gonna be the obvious choice. And people can live with the interior because it's a Maruti, it's gonna be reliable, the maintenance cost will be comparatively cheaper, and it'll be easier to access service centers and all that stuff. And the resale value will be good. And because of all that, this seems like the obvious choice between the Kia, Hyundai models and the Brezza. And then there's the Kaiga and the Magnite, and they have a similar problem. Now, although I think the Kaiga has a turbo petrol option a little higher, but still more expensive. And the Magnite still has a weaker engine at the lower end variants. To get a powerful engine for that, you need to buy the. You had to spend what 10 plus lakhs or something. So in terms of just engine power, this is more powerful than them at the price. And sure, they have better interiors as well, but Renault and Nissan, I mean, nobody's really confident about how long they'll be staying in India, whether they'll be around in 5 years or 10 years. Because of that, this is kind of, even with the interior stuff, this is a better pick. And when you look at the options and the pricing, it does start to get expensive when you go up the ladder, but the SRXi version, even though the interior quality is still the same, you can get it for 10.8 lakhs or something on road, maybe under 11 lakhs, and at that price, it seems like a good deal. I mean, you get the alloy wheels, all the LED headlamps, although I don't know how bright they are. You get all the stuff, and that seems like a good deal. And because of this, I think the Brezza is gonna do well. I think the base model and the ZXi variant is gonna do well. And while the VXi feels like the VXi, you might want to go for the ZXi. And then there's the 1.5 liter engine. Oh yeah, the turbo petrol gets a 6-cylinder engine. Sorry, a 6-speed gearbox. A 6-speed gearbox, which is awesome, which means it's probably from the review seems like a good gearbox. And I'm guessing if you're not a hardcore enthusiast, I think this will be a fun gearbox to use. And the 1.5 liter engine, that also gets the new 6-speed gearbox. But honestly, I'm guessing that the 1.5 liter engine, they're probably gonna be getting rid of it next year, because next year the next BS update, whether it's 7 or 6 point something, it's gonna be coming. And at that point, keeping this engine around is gonna be a bit difficult, unless they can manage to get it really fuel efficient. But that's gonna probably dull the engine to a point where it's not really likable. So I'm guessing next year they're gonna get rid of this engine. But the CNG 1.5 liter version will probably stick around. But yeah, this engine makes the Brezza an obvious choice now, even without the interior stuff. The base model seems like great value, and I'm guessing a lot of base model Brezzas are going to be coming out. So yeah, Maruti did a good job. They could have done a great job if they changed up the interior, but they did a good job, and this is a good car.